Europe in the early 1900s was a powder keg of tensions. Nationalism surged, with countries asserting their power and vying for dominance. Germany, a rising industrial giant, challenged Britain's long-standing naval supremacy. The Austro-Hungarian Empire, a patchwork of ethnicities, faced growing internal strife. France still smarted from its defeat in the Franco-Prussian War, eager to regain lost territory. Within this volatile mix, a complex web of alliances formed, turning minor disputes into potential international crises. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, and his wife Sophie were assassinated in Sarajevo, Bosnia. The assassin, Gavrilo Princip, was a Serbian nationalist associated with the Black Hand, a secret society. Austria-Hungary, blaming Serbia for the act, issued an ultimatum demanding Serbia's cooperation in the investigation. Serbia's partial acceptance was deemed insufficient, leading Austria-Hungary to declare war on July 28, 1914. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand triggered a chain reaction across Europe. Austria-Hungary's declaration of war on Serbia activated a network of treaties that bound European powers together. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia, which was pledged to defend Serbia. Germany then declared war on France, Russia's ally. When Germany invaded Belgium, a neutral country, Great Britain declared war on Germany, honoring its commitment to protect Belgium's neutrality. Within weeks, Europe was engulfed in a war that few had foreseen and none had desired. World War I was a global conflict on an unprecedented scale. The initial German advance into France was halted at the Battle of the Marne, leading to a stalemate characterized by trench warfare. Millions of soldiers faced each other across a network of trenches, enduring horrific conditions and relentless artillery bombardments. The war also spread to the Eastern Front, the Middle East, Africa, and Asia as colonial powers drew their empires into the conflict. World War I introduced new technologies and tactics that made it the deadliest conflict the world had ever seen. Machine guns, poison gas, tanks and airplanes revolutionized warfare, resulting in unprecedented casualties. The use of chemical weapons such as chlorine and mustard gas added a horrific new dimension to the fighting, inflicting agonizing injuries and psychological trauma. The war at sea also intensified, with submarines, particularly German U-boats, targeting merchant ships and challenging traditional naval strategies. The year 1917 marked a turning point in the war. The United States, outraged by German submarine attacks on American ships and drawn into the conflict by the Zimmermann telegram, declared war on Germany in April. The entry of the United States, with its vast industrial and military resources, tipped the balance in favor of the Allies. Meanwhile, Russia, racked by revolution and facing internal turmoil, signed the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk with Germany, withdrawing from the war. By the fall of 1918, the German army was exhausted and facing overwhelming Allied forces. On November 11, 1918, Germany signed an armistice with the Allies, bringing an end to the fighting. The armistice, signed in a railway carriage in Compiègne, France, marked the beginning of the end of the Great War, but it did not bring immediate peace. Negotiations for a formal peace treaty would prove to be complex and contentious. In 1919, the victorious Allied powers convened in Paris to negotiate peace treaties with the defeated Central Powers. The Treaty of Versailles, the most important of these treaties, was imposed on Germany. It held Germany responsible for the war and imposed harsh penalties, including territorial losses, disarmament, and massive reparations payments. The treaty, while intended to prevent future wars, sowed the seeds of resentment and instability in Germany, contributing to the rise of nationalism and the outbreak of World War II 2 decades later. World War I had a profound and lasting impact on the world. It shattered empires, redrew the map of Europe, and ushered in a new era of international relations. The war also led to significant social, political, and technological changes. Women, who had taken on new roles during the war, gained greater rights and opportunities. The war also accelerated the development of new technologies, such as airplanes, radio, and medicine, that would shape the 20th century. However, the war's most enduring legacy was the trauma it inflicted on a generation, the loss of millions of lives, and the shattering of the illusion of progress and stability that had characterized the pre-war era.